Hey, everybody. Welcome to Friday Night Cast. So glad to have you all with us on our penultimate episode of the Yalecapades, Kids on Brooms Yalecapades here. So if you're not familiar with us, we are a community of applied spiritual and therapeutic tabletop gamers who use and explore the benefits of tabletop gaming in our work. If this is your first time joining us, we are so grateful to have you with us. Thank you for joining us. And if you're coming back again, we're so happy to share this Friday night with you. For more, if you're kind of just catching up on what we're doing here and our game, if you're hanging out tonight and you enjoy it, you want to kind of catch up on our previous episodes, this being, I believe, our 10th episode in this run now. Check us out on YouTube at CASTT Gamers. Recently created a playlist on there so you can easily catch up and go through all of those episodes right in a row. So, and feel free to like and subscribe over there so you can keep up as we put out sometimes multiple videos a week. All right. I think that's all I've got for right now. So I'm going to turn it over to Tim for some announcements.
So I have two very important things to say. Number one, on the 27th, you should go watch Tabletop Transformations right here on Twitch with Menachem. And I'm going to pass it to Menachem so that he can explain what Tabletop Transformations with him and Tanya are.
Thank you, Tim. So playing games for the past 42 plus years, I eventually realized I was learning a lot about myself and gaining new skills. And then eventually discovered people like you see here on the screen with me, people using games for education, for social skill building, for executive functioning, strengthening, for therapeutic benefit. And I, being interested in the spiritual world, said, how can I use games to help people and myself with their spiritual lives? And I've been working on that, researching, designing, using the game Dream Chaser to adapt it for therapeutic and spiritual uses. And met Tanya along the way, and we presented at a couple conventions together and talked a lot about it. So now we're going to do a show. We talk about the intersection of games and spirituality and how to apply role-playing games to our spiritual questions of life. Who am I? Why am I here? What makes me come alive? What is this divine that maybe exists in the world, and how do I connect to it? And the premiere episode is less than a week away.
Mm-hmm. Thursday, right?
Yes.
So thank you, Menachem, because I am excited to see this. I'm excited to see what you guys are going to bring to the table. Tabletop Transformations on the 27th. Go check it out. And on the February 11th, we're going to be playing Venture Village, a game I helped design that's where you play animals in a world of animals. You go to school, help around town, and have fun adventures with your friends. On adventures, you will work on social emotional skills. In Venture Village, it's designed so that you can specifically play with younger players with the added level of tools for the use of therapy, teaching, and at-home skill building. You can help bring Venture Village to life by signing up for the Kickstarter on February 8th. You can go there now and sign up for notifications when we go live exactly and help us bring it to life. Also, keep an eye out for new announcements that we have coming up on the horizon, because we have a few other things we were working on that we're not ready to announce yet because we're finalizing some of those things.
Tim, can I add one actually that I just remembered? One other announcement is that recently we have found out about one of our community members, Conrad from DJs and Dragons, is teaming up with a charity, Geek Wellness Education, to put on a free event with the purpose of introducing RPGs to people and the benefits of RPGs. And hopefully, I have to reach back out to him because I just found out that I can get the time off from work. I will be running one of their games of Clink for this.
Nice.
Awesome.
So Clink is a really fun game. you can actually see, was it my original streaming debut, perhaps, or video? No, I don't think it was, but one of my early ones where I play a game of Clink with the Dungeons and Dragons cast and crew and Conrad for part of Save Against Fear. I guess it would have been Save Against Fear 2020, actually. So check out gwecontact.org if you want more information there. So, yeah, that's my announcement. And also just a quick thank you to the game designers of the game that we're playing tonight, playing Kids on Brooms. We always like to thank the designers and let people know where they can find out more information about the games that we're playing. So this game designed by Jonathan Gilmore, Doug Lewandowski, and Spencer Stark. So renegadegamestudios.com/kids-on-brooms. And hopefully we can get that link for you in the chat there as well. Or check out your local gaming store. Hopefully they have it there at yours, as mine, I'm very fortunate enough, does. And then a quick recap of last time on Yalecapades. Last time on Yalecapades. I feel like I need like a fancy announcer voice or something. Oh, it's too bad I can't hear Tim. I'm sure that was great.
Tim is muted.
It was cool, and now everyone missed it.
Yeah. I think somebody made a mug that was just like, you're on mute.
I think I need that. Like, can we get a cast you're on mute cup?
Yeah.
With a Zoom mute logo on it or something?
Yeah.
I could totally like turn half dozen mugs, but I can't send them to you guys without them getting like shattered in the mail. I don't trust shipping ceramics.
That's fair.
Road trip.
It's not the shipping that's the problem. I think it's the packaging.
It's the packaging.
Road trip.
But anyway, previously on Yalecapades, we picked up on an island in the Long Island Sound off the coast of Connecticut, just slightly, where you were leaving Lexa's dad's fancy new island he had purchased. And there you were attacked by a leech, which you later found out is what is known as a leech. Lexa had been attacked and fell unconscious, and Jelly managed to open a portal, send it into the old man's house before it was sent back out of the old man's house by the old man back, and it seemed to go for and be fixated on Roberts. After some good moves and some fighting, you were able to escape. Scott had a brief. It was Roberts that had the conversation, or was it Jelly? I forgot that part. With Roberts had the conversation with the old man before leaving, and proceeded to, with Riley's help, get Lexa out safely back to the dorms. Roberts proceeded to go to the captain on the ship and have a brief conversation of what happened, and the rest of the crew headed to take care of Lexa in her dorm room, where you were met by Professor Belafonte, who informed you that Lexa's dad asked for him to come check and see what was going on. Y'all had a conversation with Professor Belafonte, and he left. And we will, as we start play, pick up the next morning.
And Eliza spent most of that time texting and no one answering her texts.
Yes. Sorry, I left out Eliza, who was in the library doing some research while everyone went to the island. found out a bit more about these leeches, and tried to help, but was unable to, as everyone was kind of in the middle of a fight, and somebody's phone may have also died too. So
We were kind of
Alvin.
fighting for our lives.
That was definitely me.
all right.
Yeah. If anybody had just read the text, you probably would have been in a better situation. Just saying.
We all made it out alive.
Well, that's true.
Liza, your expectations sometimes are too high.
Reading a text, that's too high of an expectation.
What? Let's save this for our gameplay. Let's save this for our gameplay.
I said
and
Eliza, not Tennille.
I think that was Eliza's response.
Yeah.
That was Eliza's response. I was
So
totally in character.
Let's turn it over to Menachem to bring us into our play tonight.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to the opening of the Magic Circle, the space of play where we suspend our daily lives, our daily personas, and we inhabit these characters. So I want to start by asking the players some questions, and just going to start with the general basic question we always like to use. What are your thoughts, questions, concerns about going into today's game? And I will call on Scott.
One thing I've really tried hard to be cognizant of is how much space I take up, especially when we play the game. And I know the group, like we've talked about, like seeing the captain today, and I'm really hopeful that Roberts gets some resolution. But then I, as a player, like, am just really cautious about how much space I'll take up with that scene, and ensuring that everyone else gets what they want out of that as well. So that's where my head's at. Laura.
You just love calling on me, Scott.
I do.
Thoughts, feelings, questions, concerns. I'm looking forward to today. It's interesting because my partner in crime is gone again, so it's going to be interesting to play that. I think we've got some good ideas though, and I'm just interested to see what's going to happen today. Those are my thoughts. I'll pass it to Tim.
I feel like this is going to be a weekly thing where Scott passes it to Laura and Laura passes it to me.
I did. No, you started the last 2 weeks in a row.
Okay. Good point. So for me, I'm just excited for tonight. I don't feel overly tired today like I usually do from the week. I am tired, but I feel excited for this end of this chapter of this game. Definitely as chapter, because Dustin, you will be running this again. But yeah, I'm excited, and I'm gonna pass it to Dustin.
All right. I don't know if I have any. Again, I'm with you, Tim, that I'm excited as we're getting close to wrapping this up here. I feel like there's been a lot of great storytelling so far, so I guess I just want to make sure I do it justice with finishing it up in a satisfying space. So, and I do have to note that we're down one player tonight, so I've been in touch with that player, and we've got some good stuff planned for the finale as well. They will be back next week with us, as we work on finishing up. So yeah, just want to acknowledge that person's absence, but we haven't forgotten about them. I do realize that I'm playing a bit of a trope that they've been knocked out.
And
but
this time it wasn't Calvin.
So yes, that's where I'm at. So I guess
knocked out is
will...
better than dead.
I agree.
I
or
will,
like sick with some unknown illness, or we have to just drop them off at the hospital.
It's a somber.
or passed out naked on the New Haven Green. Tennille, I'll pass it over to you next.
I have a lot of concerns. About for Eliza, for sure. I think she's gonna be a lot in her emotions. There's a lot of things that have been going on that has that I would say kind of put Eliza in a place of where I think in high school she felt like, I don't know, like, I guess like the angelfish type of thing. And now for some reason she's like a golden, or what do you call it? Like a goldfish in a huge pond. And it's like, what the heck? Like, I used to be special and now it's almost like there's nothing special about me. So that's going to be an uncomfortable place, but I think that it's necessary for her growth. So I'm very excited about that. Yeah, so that's going to be a cool thing to see. And I have no idea what's going to happen. Just like I didn't have any idea what was going to happen at that last episode at the tail end. I am like shocked when I get like little pieces of stuff and it shows all over my face. So be prepared for that, I'm sure. Monaco.
Thank you. I will try and be prepared and be a good Boy Scout. And I had a messy, blechy week. And today, though, I feel things up on the upswing. Got a lot of work that has to be done, getting ready for the show next week and an article to edit by the 7th and such things. So I have to get on the ball. So I'm a little just coming off of that week. I'm also very happy and loving playing the game, but I'm a little sad that this is the penultimate week of this chapter.
We're coming back, though. We're coming back.
But, it's lots of fun, and I want to figure out some of this intrigue and see it develop and not feel rushed. So that's where I'm at right now. And given that we are in the wrap-up phase, that means lots of potential action, lots of threads and plot lines coming together. Our characters have to kind of also be on the ball. So my question is, what advice do you players have for your characters? And starting with Scott.
I've been watching a lot of Big Bang Theory, and I can't help but in this moment, totally out of character, but like in just like in a thick New York accent, tell Roberts to call his mother. Call your mother. Don't
forget to call your mother.
I mean, my advice to Roberts, do what you think is best. Make the decision for yourself.
Okay. That's some good advice. My advice to Riley: trust your intuition. I think that's all I got. I think that's good. There's a lot of misdirection and places people to not trust right now. So just trust your intuition.
Put a lot of thought into this. And for Calvin, don't fuck up.
I thought you were going to say charge your phone, but
can you be more specific?
I feel like Calvin's been on on the side of fucking up lately, so we're very close to it.
Or fucked up.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
well, maybe all of the above. So my advice is, Calvin, don't fuck up.
I guess I'll give advice to the players a little bit. And
Take notes, everyone.
I guess my advice would be think about how you could make things better. I'll say that. That's my advice.
I think the advice I'd have for Eliza is to work on your sense of self-awareness, because that is ultimately going to tell you what you need to do in the moment when it happens. Malcolm.
I think I would say to Jalanthar, to Jelly, to Tristan, you're on a good trajectory. You're feeling confident. Your social interactions are a lot better than they've been. And, you're reconnecting with your friends, your community, and keep this trajectory going. It's a good line for you so far. So now that we've spoken to our characters, let's do the name ritual and bring our characters into the game. But first, because I think I forgot last week, let's review. Are we doing a Lines Veils check-in, Game Master? Did you want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that. I don't think we did that last week, and I was thinking about that also. So thanks for that reminder. Did you want to take that for me, Menachem, or I can go over it?
I just want to see, is everybody, I guess the question would be, is everybody fine with what we've established as our lines and veils so far? And I don't have the list right in front of me.
Sure, I'll go through it here real quick because we have it on our Roll20 page. So our lines are no suicide, ritual sacrifice, childhood trauma, animal brutality, animal death, animal torture, no sexual violence, drug overdose, no physical touch without consent. And then veils are homophobia and transphobia, as well as racism and anti-Semitism.
I think we defined that no touch was more of a intimate kind of sexual touch.
Groping,
it wasn't just a hand, groping. It wasn't just a hand on the shoulder.
Right. Groping, fondling, that type of touch. Yeah.
And we did also establish, while no drug overdose, drug use is okay for us. Alcohol and other substance use, as we found out Calvin had learned about magic brownies last time.
Or magical.
Magic.
All right. Chocolate is magic.
So now we'll do the name ritual.
Pizza is also magic, I think.
Chocolate is a drug. So now we'll do the name ritual where we say our player names and then welcome the players. And then we say our character names and everybody else welcomes the character into the game. Scott.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Scott.
Hey,
Hello,
Scott.
Oh, Scott.
Cross town, wave.
And I will be playing Roberts.
Evening,
Hey,
Roberts.
Roberts.
Hello, Roberts.
Accent.
Hi, Roberts.
When you get to Roberts, you slip into it. The first few words, so say the name a few times, you'll get it.
Laura, why don't you take a spin?
Hey, everyone. I'm Laura.
Hey, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Thanks for back ending.
No problem.
Thank
Always
you.
ready to jump in. And I'm Riley.
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 Hey, bestie.
I am Tim. Hello.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Tim.
I play Calvin.
Hey, Calvin.
Hey, Calvin.
Hi,
Look it up.
Calvin.
Welcome, Calvin.
I won't fuck up.
Don't fuck it
Charge
up.
your phone.
And I'm Dustin.
Hey, Dustin.
Hey,
Dustin.
Hi, Dustin.
Hello, Dustin.
And I will be your game master tonight.
Hello,
At
game
Pidgami
master.
Game Master.
Hello, Game Master.
You know,
I'm Tennille, everyone. Hello.
Hello,
Hey,
Tennille.
Tennille.
Leo.
And I play Eliza Goldenflower.
Yes, you do.
Hello, Eliza.
Hey,
Golden
Eliza.
golden flower.
Hello, my love.
Hello.
I am Menachem,
Hello,
Hello,
Hey,
Menachem.
Menachem.
Hello, Menachem.
and I am the Jalanthar.
Evening.
Hello,
Jelly.
Tristan.
Jelly.
Hey, Jelly.
Hello, Jalinthar.
And that will bring us into our game tonight. And I actually want to start with one thing real quick. I realize I haven't been doing this much kind of at the beginning of our games. I kind of fell off of the practice a little bit. But I like to have little rituals and stuff at times. And one of them involves burning plants and herbs and things like that have done many traditions. But rather than do that today, I came across this book as I was cleaning up this past week of meditations with Native Americans, Lakota spirituality. I just want to read a brief poem/meditation here. So, to the good Mother Earth, we offer you this pipe, that as we live upon you, we walk and sit and play, cry and have pain, laugh and have joy on your breasts. Feed on those things that make us live, the food that you produce, the herbs we need so much to keep the people healthy. Bless the streams and the mountains, the trees, the grass, the shrubs, all that you put forth from your breasts. Great Spirit, bless our Mother Earth, so that our people may continue to live in harmony with nature. And all that the Indian does with the sacred pipe be blessed also. The rocks, the buffalo robe, the skull we use as an altar, our sun dance, and our Sundance tree. It's by Peter Ketches Sr. So yes, always important, I think, to give thanks for those things. And let's pick up with our first scene. So we pick up with in Lexa's dorm room, where Lexa is been resting, mostly comfortably, although some kind of tosses and turns are seen from her through the night, and although nothing seems concerning or anything. And we pick up the next morning as Calvin, you have been gathering some supplies and your cauldron and a number of different things. So why don't you tell us what's going on here?
Just knocking on the door.
Just knocking on the door. Okay. So this is a good thing to establish. Like, who all is there? I know Robert's.
Riley's been like asleep, like sitting next to the bed, just like barely asleep, but like nodding off and then back awake, and is there.
And Jelly, did you spend the night here, or what did you do?
I would spend the night unless there were bunches of other people and we needed to shift it, take shifts. So
Okay.
I'm flexible. But
He
it sounds like
could
other
have
people-
also stayed in Calvin's dorm as well. So
Okay.
I would've
because we
crashed out on-
established, we established it was like right the next building over.
But if I stay, I'm crashing out on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm used to hard surfaces.
I mean, if the kitchen table works, whatever makes you happy.
I like that you went with like maybe helped Calvin gather some supplies and stuff that he was looking for, and maybe crashed over there to not overcrowd things here.
I mean, who else is there?
Yeah, who's at Lexa's dorm room right now?
What time of the day is it? And
Morning.
it's Saturday, right?
Yeah, so this is going to be Saturday morning, and this is pretty, this is early Saturday morning. We'll say it's 7:30 in the morning.
And Riley and Eliza's, we figured out that the dorm is the same like floor, like it's the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Hearing no one
these are
else.
dorm rooms. They're not huge, right?
Right.
So I would imagine that if Eliza and Riley, you stayed over, there's probably not a ton more room there.
Well, I didn't hear Eliza say that you stayed.
Oh,
No, I think I would have seen Jalanthar on the floor and Riley staying there. I would feel like, I think you guys you've got it. So
okay.
so I'm gonna go to my room that's just down the hall a bit.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I just come over, and I'm just like, "Hey, hello,
Just come in.
I need a little help."
You
I'll go
always
help him.
need a little help.
When you
Riley
open the door-
Riley looks exhausted.
I gave you a yep.
I feel like that's like under your breath almost, right? But
Mm-hmm. Maybe
But Jelly
Jelly
catches
can
it.
hear it,
yeah.
but Calvin can't.
When you open the door, you just see Calvin like holding this big cauldron with just stuff sticking out of it. Yeah.
Take whatever I can from you.
I come inside. Someone needs to get Eliza. It's important. And Calvin, like, do you have grapefruit juice?
Grapefruit juice?
Yes, it's for the potion.
Maybe they have some at the.
Okay, great.
cafeteria.
Go get it.
I'm not. No,
Calvin starts like ripping stuff
I'll
off
get
of
it.
bushes.
I'm texting Eliza.
I walk by her room and just pound on the door as I
Okay.
walk past.
While I'm texting,
Yeah.
your boyfriend's here, and he says it's important that you come
Boom, boom,
over.
And I go down to the cafeteria and get some grapefruit juice.
I'm like crushing berries in a mortar and pestle and like dumping them into this this cauldron and starting a fire underneath, like a magical fire underneath it. So if I need to roll for that, let me know.
Eliza will text Riley back. What does he want from me? Like,
He's
I'm getting dressed.
He's doing something with his cauldron. I don't know what he plans. And then is like, Calvin, what are you doing? What, like
Helping.
okay, sometimes your potions help, sometimes they don't. I get that. What's the plan? What's the plan? I'm so tired.
We need to take care of Lexa. And if she doesn't remember anything or any of us, how is that going to be helpful?
She has. Okay, Calvin. She has to remember. She said she would talk to me when she came back. And
There's
we're
no guarantee.
we're supposed to go to Shaky Shack.
If she doesn't remember you or me, we are not going to go to the Shaky Shack.
No. You're not coming to the Shaky Shack.
Why
Not,
not?
me and Lexa are going to the Shaky Shack.
Oh. Oh.
I love
Even more reason for you to help.
You better not screw this up, Calvin.
I'm not going to screw it up. I need everyone's help.
All right.
Can you hand me those berries? Yeah, I'm just like crushing things up.
And now I'm going to start handing him berries.
In my mind, I just picture they're just actually jelly beans. I don't know why, but
Alvin uses all natural stuff usually.
yeah.
I mean, the grapefruit juice is probably like a last ditch effort here to like where he's not like able to get like fresh grapefruit on the fly. But for the most part, Calvin uses all natural things, like goes and picks berries and whatever ingredients he needs, he goes and gets it.
Rabbit pellets.
I've used them. Toadstools, I've used those too.
I think you maybe accidentally ate the rabbit pellets before.
Yeah, that's possible.
Made with 100% rabbit.
Um,
Maybe I
After-
find some grapefruit in the cafeteria.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
There's a chance you could find probably both grapefruit juice or grapefruit. So,
I would bring both then.
do you bring anything else, or do you just get the grapefruit?
No, I bring lots. I pile up giant tray full of food.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say just grape. You're just like, I actually don't know how many he needs. I better grab extra.
Do you come back to the room like right away?
As soon as I can.
Okay. When you get there, I grab the grapefruit. Oh, excellent. And I take out a little pocket knife and cut it open and start squeezing it by hand. No eating by the cauldron.
I bring Liza a plate of food. I bring Riley a plate of food.
I'm gonna move away from the cauldron and eat.
Well, I put on. I say, "Here, this is for you." I put it on the dresser or something.
Thanks,
Wait.
Jelly.
Where's Eliza?
I texted her.
I pounded on her door.
I don't know if my phone works anymore. I would text her, but maybe she is mad at me. But this is not about us. It's about Lexa.
Next text going to Eliza is, he needs your help for Lexa.
Getting dressed.
All right, see you soon. She's
But
getting
did you-
dressed.
Okay.
Liza, you're just like there. You're like texting, your phone's buzzing, somebody bang loudly on your door. Your roommate is just like, you're too loud.
I'm the roommate.
You're the roommate? Okay, never mind then. Sorry. I'm just picturing
She's got the
that,
room
like-
to herself right now.
Okay, sorry.
I do.
I'm picturing she had another roommate or something.
Which is nice.
If you wanna have us all crammed into rooms like some places, I mean,
It could be a suite, right? A suite with a central common space.
usually
No,
freshmen don't get that fancy stuff.
Yeah, you don't get anything fancy like that. Okay, sorry. Yeah. proceed.
Eliza's not like, she wants to rush, but like she also wants to not like kind of take her time.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say probably like 2 minutes later she arrives wearing some sweatpants and a shirt and
It
slippers.
took you that long to put on sweatpants and a shirt?
You don't know what I have to do to my hair, okay? It takes time
Not
to look
that
this pretty.
It does take her time. It does take her time.
I don't know if I care that much, but is that the Roberts? The Roberts, is he around?
I don't think he lives in the dorms.
Screw.
I sent him a text last night and he did not respond.
Calvin's just like mixing this big cauldron. Okay. This is what we need to do. I need you to think about the most memorable thing about Lexa you can think of. Calvin brings out his wand and goes to himself first and starts to like pull this memory out of his head, and you can see like almost like a stream, and then the stream open as if you could like see this memory of Calvin and Lexa like holding the book, like looking at like names and like talking about something. Like you can't hear it, but you can like see that they're like discussing something with the book, and they both look like Lexa looks angry about something and slams the book, and you see them both kind of like shake their heads together. And I take this memory and like sling it and like mix it with my wand into the potion.
I'll go next because my memory is really related. It's you and Lexa and the book, and it's me admonishing, arguing with you stupid motherfucking idiots about this pure blood crap. You know, you can see, you know, yelling at you and gesturing at the book and telling you, let it all go. Stop doing this shit. You know.
I take this memory and swirl it into the to the potion. I come towards Eliza, kind of timid, like, don't know if I'm in trouble. It's for Lexa?
Have you charged your phone?
It's not about us right now.
You probably still haven't charged it.
Eliza,
Think about Lexa.
Can you just help
Think
him
about
help
Lexa.
Oh my goodness. I guess the memory that comes to my mind is when we were back in school and someone was starting a rumor about me and Lexa defended me.
And I'm going to pull that memory out and swirl it into the potion with everything else. And then I come to Riley and I put the wand to Riley's head. What do we see?
You're going to see, I think, one of their first like, not the first time they had a broom riding lesson, like actual broom riding lessons, guys. Not euphemisms, not innuendos, actual broom riding lesson. And I think it's the first time that Lexa smiled at Riley.
Okay. And
Thank you for the clarification.
And I kind of giggle to it and swirl it into the pot. And what I am trying to do is transfer our memories to Lexa to reinforce her, trying to remember who she is and our friendships with her, to try and help push that memory forward of who she is. And I'm going to take this potion and pour it into a little like cup. And I'm going to hand it to Riley.
Okay, gonna take that.
You do it.
Well,
Every time.
first,
I know. Yeah.
I'm gonna need a roll from you, Calvin, to see how you do with making this potion. Also, how long would it take? I feel like this potion might actually take a little while, or have you already started it? Maybe.
I figured this we're doing to try and save time with
Okay.
with the game. I was trying to
Sure.
push it along.
Sure.
The abridged version of the spell.
Yeah,
This is-
all those memories are going to be a little bit longer than just like our brief description of them and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure like the potion itself, like brewing the potion probably takes a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. So this is going to be a brains roll because you're trying to do memories and memory magic, basically.
Okay.
Which makes me think brains. And this is you've never done anything quite like this before. And this is a big effect. You're trying to make a permanent effect to help her. This isn't just like this is going to last for an hour or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I need you to make a brains roll. And I know you're good at potions, but like I said, this is something kind of big, and you're kind of have like a little mini ritual with your friends here and pulling their memories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is why you're able to do this little bit bigger magic. So this is going to be you're going to need a 15 on this.
I
This
got,
might be our highest.
I got your back if you mess up.
That's what I was hoping.
I forget, do you have a mechanical benefit to making
Every
potions?
every one of my adversity tokens when I help friends counts as 2.
So I do, but it's unless it's difficult, and this would be something difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Normally he can pretty much just succeed at making potions, but this is something that's a little more difficult. So I'm going to make him roll for it.
No, I knew that. All right.
And this is a planned action here, right? This is not a set snap decision. So you could take half of your dice, but I don't think any of your dice are going to give you a 15. So you're going to need to roll for it, but other people can help with this planned action. You'll just need to describe how you're helping.
Here we go.
So let's see what we got here.
Oh,
It's pretty good.
All right.
Your dice exploded on that, so you're at a 14 out of 15. Riley, are you going to help?
Wait, did you roll your magic die?
I didn't.
Oh, actually, that might do it because
I
yeah,
don't even need it.
It's 1 to 4. So
yeah. So a 17. So you don't need any help from anyone. You are charged on this. You pretty much needed that exploding die to reach this.
I was terrified I was going to roll 1.
So yeah, a 17, and you needed a 15. So this is a success. I mean, as far as you know, that this potion, what's your intention with it again?
My intention is us reinforcing our memories of Lexa to help her remember because of what was it called?
Leech.
The leech.
The leech. The leech grabbed a hold of Lexa and was devouring memories. So my thought process on it as Calvin is if we can give back as many memories as we can of Lexa, at least
giving
Lexa
her our memories, right? Yeah,
pretty much, like hoping that it would be like something that would help her.
So kind of weird question here, because you took memories out of people's heads, do each of you forget that memory?
If you do that, I'm choosing a different memory.
Well,
okay. So I will say, because Calvin rolled very well,
we keep them.
Yeah. You will keep them. And he did.
It's like he did a copy of our memory.
Yeah, I like
copy and paste.
Yeah. So yeah,
paste it into the cauldron.
You thought of it, and he was able to kind of like sense that memory you were focused on, and use like kind of just pull it out, but yeah, like a carbon copy of it in some way, so you didn't lose that.
I say to Riley, I'm 98% sure it worked.
That's pretty good for you.
But we still don't know what you're trying to do.
It was one mistake of a potion.
I kind of get what he's trying to do. He wants her to keep her memories, or at least if she doesn't have her memories, give her some of ours so she can push through and remember. Is that right, Calvin?
Yes, said much better than I could.
Not sure if it works that way, but I don't know a lot about memory and magic, unfortunately.
Calvin wants to say
a jump
something.
Start.
Like you see Calvin like about to say something, and then he's just like, like, nope, this is gonna get me into trouble.
Yeah, so this is gonna take a little time for you to brew this potion.
Yeah.
We'll say it's gonna take most of the day.
Okay.
So you've got it going. It's got to kind of do its potion thing, and you've made lots of potions. You know, you can set this up to kind of like, if you have to enchant the spoon to continue stirring or whatever, you're a pro at potions, so you would know what you need to do to give it time for everything to kind of meld together the way that it needs to. So Roberts, let's jump over to you and what's going on with you. Last we saw, you had met up with the captain. He explained that it seemed like you pissed someone off by punching them in the face. And there was a brief conversation, I believe. The last thing you said to him is, let's burn it all down. And he said, that's the plan. So he would have told you that he recommends you stay on the ship as it's enchanted and you will be safe here. They won't be able to find you here. But that choice is up to you.
I do.
Okay. So next morning, you meet with the captain. Let's say in his quarters on the ship.
Hello, sir.
Morning. Yeah. He's just kind of like poring over notes and different things. You notice on his desk, he's got that memory that you like, the teardrop shape that you showed him at the end of the night, and that's kind of sitting on his desk there, and he seems to be like watching it and watching it and watching it, and you see this kind of circular that he's working on drawing something out, some sort of like with runes and glyphs, and it's this kind of circular shape, very intricate.
You know, sir, I don't believe I ever asked. You said you lost your power, but you knew everything when we met. You taught me everything practically that I know about using these otherworldly forces. How did you get your power back?
Well, it was like I forgot, kind of, and we were attacked by some of those leeches, and in defending ourselves, we found some of these similar memories, and lo and behold, one of them helped me remember magic. But this one gives me some more insight. I knew they took my magic, or rather made me forget. I spent, as you know, we've spent a lot of time sailing and collecting artifacts of power and many helping others. But this finally explains to me how they were able to keep themselves safe while they punished me.
How did they?
He kind of like gestures at this thing that he's working on here. Some sort of complicated protection spell or rune that they have here that I could spot it just barely in the memory here, and they carry these to protect themselves from the leeches, apparently.
Do I remember seeing this on the room where Calvin was, or
which room was that? I'm just gonna say I don't think you've seen this before.
Okay.
Yeah.
If only there was a way to use use the symbol, some kind of portable charm or something.
Yeah, that's the plan. But I'm worried you may not like it very much.
You're going to carve it into my chest, aren't you?
No, no, brash. Unless you'd like me to, and you're into that sort of thing. You just want to take your shirt off, don't you? Wait, where is your shirt?
What? I just woke up. I'm in breeches. What do you want from me? In trousers.
No, I think we can make it portable, like they did. It's gonna take me a little more time still, but you're gonna kind of need to be the bait, because you're the one that they seem to be looking. You're safe here, of course, but you know.
Well, sir, I have my rapier. I have my sidearm. I suppose we could ask Scooby and his gang for assistance.
Who?
The
You've never mentioned
rest of the
Scooby before.
children, sir.
Children.
My
like yourself?
People. The other wizards. What do you want from me? The other people. The kids. Calvin, Riley, Tristan, Eliza, Lexa. The people you told me to watch.
Who's Tristan?
The Jalantha.
Oh, yes, Jelly.
Name.
Names are important. I'm glad you finally came to them. Remember, the captain. If I used my name, I don't think Tony would much scare them.
You as Walt Whitman wrote, you are my captain, sir. Whether or not
Captain always has a plan.
Sail under you.
Yes. It would be lovely if I could. I should speak with them. Should I go see them, or should we?
They were already planning on seeking you out. Jelly, ridiculous, wants to speak with you further. He suspects you may have. He hopes you may have some way of helping him reach his father. You alluded to as much previously.
Oh, sure. I mean, sure, maybe. There's lots I know and don't know.
I'm sorry.
You should let them know where we are, and yeah, we'll be safe from prying eyes here.
Sir, I'm sorry for what they did to you. Wasn't right.
No. You don't have to be sorry. You did nothing wrong. Well,
no, but they did.
Sorry. You don't have to be sorry for that. You should call your mother. You should be sorry for that. You should be sorry for punching that bloke who really didn't do anything to you. Then you were, and those lessons for another time. We've got to focus here. So I appreciate your concern. I've been able to take care of myself for quite a while since they threw me out of their little societies.
For what it's worth, Lexa's father was looking for the ring, and he has the resources to find it, sir. The ring that I found when I was diving, and I worry that what we're about to do especially for older families. Lexa's, mine, Calvin's, they won't be happy with you, sir.
As they shouldn't be. But frankly, I'm not concerned about that. That's where we should talk to your friends, I suppose.
Do you expect to live?
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. No, I'll be fine. Trust me. I've been in worse scraps than this. And as long as everything goes according to plan, you should be also.
You said the same thing in Singapore, and you were right then.
And Budapest.
And Budapest.
Thinking that.
Haiti was a different story.
The China Sea.
Nearly lost an arm in Haiti. It won't stop here. So they're not like the Somali pirates that we fought in Tel Aviv, or the natives in Singapore. They're organized, so they have power, they have resources. They'll hunt us to the ends of the earth if we do this.
Perhaps. But I don't think they were counting on me to topple their little empire. It's time for something to change, and if nobody stands up to them, then things stay the way they are.
I can't guarantee that the rest of the group will follow you, sir.
They don't have to. I'm not looking to lead anyone.
Well, if you want the help, I'm not sure how I can convince them.
Just invite them.
Very good.
It is their choice, really.
Well, just like Budapest, sir, I'll follow you. I'll prepare your armaments as well. And I suppose if I'm going to risk my life again, I should call my mother. And I take my phone out and I'll text. I'll send a text to the group. Just saying the captain wants to see you. And give them my like GPS coordinates. I'm assuming you can do that with cell phones in real life. Like I can send them my location.
Drop a pin on Google Maps or something.
Yeah, right. That's a thing. I don't know. I have an iPhone now.
You can, especially with the iPhone, you can do that.
I figured, find my friend. And then Roberts takes this like deep breath and kind of exhales and trembles a little bit. What? I don't know offhand. What time is it in London right now, sir?
Just call. I've got work to do here. It's long overdue.
I pull up my contacts, and she just saved as Delia. And I just like pull up my mother's number and call her. Does it ring?
Sure. Yeah, she answers.
I know it's not Sunday, Mother, but perhaps we should talk.
It's been a while.
And excuse me, sir. I'll take this out in the galley. I will exit the quarters.
Sure. Do you want to do this like off screen or okay?
So real quick, he sends a text message out.
Yeah, I think he texted the group chat.
What? Okay.
Text back, what time?
You don't get a response. He's talking to his mother.
Yeah.
So what
Now-
let's cut back. What does everybody else do as you get this text message that the captain would like to meet with you? And again, more cryptic coordinates are given.
So now we wait.
Now we wait. How long is this gonna take?
A day, maybe two. Didn't say it was a healing potion. It was to make sure she comes back.
So we're assuming Riley's given the potion now, because I think I got something for when. So Riley, when she gives Lexa the potion, is gonna lean over, like lift her head to give her the potion, and whisper in her ear, "Please remember, you owe me a date," and then give her the potion.
Okay.
And then we wait.
Eat.
So we're just gonna ignore this text. I mean, he was
It's a
ignoring
text
my
message?
text.
What was the text message?
No, I responded already saying what time.
Mm-hmm.
What text
Everybody.
message?
I don't even
talking
remember.
about?
Calvin, charge your phone.
I don't think it works anymore.
You texted us saying Captain wants to see you.
No, I know Tennille's referring to the text that she sent me from like the end of last session. I don't remember. Like Scott, do not remember.
Oh yeah, that was in our other. We don't have that chat saved, unfortunately. There was with those text messages. I also don't remember what.
I felt like it was deliberate in character to not respond to it. I mean, that's what I recollect.
Let's go with that. But still, Scott, like I would have responded to that, except I forgot that you had sent that thing.
I think it was just a "What's happened to you? Are you okay?" kind of text.
Yeah.
Oh, not you guys, the cat. Yeah.
Would you? I mean, you had the evening. Like, would you have responded to that?
No.
Okay.
Or yeah,
Sounds right.
it would have been like a thumbs up emoji or something. Or maybe like a devil face emoji. A purple
Like
one.
the arm muscle emoji and the thumbs up emoji.
So
I mean-
while, sorry, go ahead.
He probably wouldn't have done something like lewd because at this point he's no longer trying to like get his hands on the. Oh, he would have. No, and then he would text. He would have texted Eliza separately and said, "Bring your book." I'm fine. Bring your book. The captain still needs to see that.
Where's my show?
I thought we sent pictures.
Sorry about that.
Or yeah, take a picture of the map or whatever it was, because he needed the pictures from the book.
All right.
So I think Calvin's still like, what text message are we talking about?
Roberts texted saying the captain would like to see us.
Oh,
So what do we do?
I texted back saying what time.
You
Now
all
we
go
wait.
meet the captain. I wait here with Lexa.
I've been wanting to work on a spell of communication. So I've actually been working on this while you guys have been waiting
Calvin looks terrified.
to see if it works.
Okay. What is this spell that you're working on?
Of course, it's my first time doing it. But basically, I want to be able to send some words into a person's head to communicate, information.
Why do I feel like this whole like
Basically
run
a
we've been
D&D sending spell.
we've been copying D&D spells.
No, it's more like, I don't want to bring up another Harry Potter thing, but it's one of those howler things that like yells at you.
So you're trying to do like an actual spell that would you could just communicate directly with somebody, basically?
Telepathy.
Almost like
Yeah, I mean, I guess if like trying to come up with something more creative, I imagine like maybe I would like the spell would like look like a shell, and I would whisper into it what I need to say, and it would be sent to the other person, and like there'd be like the shell that would go to their ear and they'd hear Eliza's voice.
So I'm going to say that you're going to need a shell for this. You're going to need a conch shell to actually
I feel like you're going to say that.
do this with. That's going to be kind of like your main ingredient that you're going to need then. Do you happen to have one of those?
I think I probably do, actually.
Do you know what a conch shell is?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
My grandmother actually used to collect them.
Have you ever eaten conch?
No.
It's delicious.
We had a big one growing up that we used to blow in our house. My mom still has it.
Wow. Yeah. So it's in I would say that it is something that's usually on Eliza's shelf, but when she came into Lex's room, she brought it with her in a bag.
I'm going to say this. You have prepared. You can spend 2 adversity tokens for just having 1 commonplace item on you.
Okay.
So I'm going to say you're going to need to spend those 2 adversity tokens to happen to have brought this conch shell with you from home to your dorm room.
Sounds good.
So mark off 2 adversity tokens to be able to have this conch shell.
Will do.
I'm giving you a little bit there because you explained to me how I don't think a conch shell is a commonplace item like a fork, but
yeah. Well, we did say we're by the water, right? So it is a possibility.
I had one in my living room at home when I was a kid.
Have you ever been to the Connecticut shoreline?
No.
It's not a pretty place, and there sure as hell isn't conch shells. There's like maybe some broken bottles. There's not much shells. There's not like it's not very that's more like I think of that as more like Caribbean or more of a like you would have to be a much warmer place, I believe, to find shells like that.
I think they're part of like the Caribbean diet.
Okay.
I had conch ceviche when I was in the Virgin Islands.
Okay.
So do you want to try doing this spell now?
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna try doing the spell on Roberts.
So you're gonna try and so is this a one-time thing, or you're trying to like permanently, like this is gonna be instantaneous and just happen this once and you got to do it each time, or are you trying to like enchant this conch shell?
Oh.
Originally I took it as you're trying to like enchant this to be able to do it.
Right, yeah. That's a smart idea.
It's gonna make it a lot more difficult. This is a permanent effect versus an instantaneous effect.
Okay. No, I think like for the first time, she's gonna try to do this and hopefully like this works. So it's a one-time thing, like just between her and the other person that she's sending it to.
Okay. That makes sense because it's something you've never done before. That's already making it more difficult too. So
are you doing this in the room?
Yes.
while this is going on, I'm gonna go over to Riley and I hand her my book bag, my backpack.
What? What is this?
It's what's inside is important. Just keep it safe somewhere where Lexa can find it when Lexa awakens.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You can look. It's okay. What it is something of mine and Lexa's, but
Okay.
it means a lot to Lexa.
Okay. Then
I give Calvin a little bit of side eye.
What? Like Calvin just like doesn't know what to say at this point. Calvin definitely feels like he did his best. One of his best friends are giving him side eye. His girlfriend seems to be quite mad at him. And Riley
Riley's
seems to not
confused.
trust him that much right now.
it's not. I wouldn't say it's a little skeptical, but it's not like mistrust, right?
Yeah. But I think Calvin interprets it as a little bit of mistrust. So this is Calvin trying to regain that trust.
Okay, so what's my role?
You're going to need a charm roll of 10.
Okay.
As you're basically like trying to, I'm kind of looking at it as like you're trying to charm, like send this like almost will them into hearing you, if you will. There's a 4. Roll your magic die also. Brings it up to a 7. So that is not a success. Unless you would like to add anything or do anything to it. Or if anyone's helping, you're all sitting there.
Would I recognize what is the spell that happening is?
Well, Eliza is telling you exactly what she's doing.
Okay, so
and that she's gonna try it with Roberts first.
Calvin is terrified of this because if Eliza is gonna yell at him all the time, I don't think Eliza would yell at him all the time, but he probably thinks like because she's seems upset with him a little bit right now, maybe she's gonna like yell at him if he helps, but he is going to help. He'll come over and what exactly are you doing? Like, what is the spell? Like, what does it look like? Are you using any components?
I would say that I'm maybe like sprinkling some like special herbs over the conch shell, doing like a chant, and then whispering what I hope will be communicated back to Roberts.
Calvin is gonna spend some adversity tokens here.
How many are you spending?
How many does Liza need?
3. She needs 3 to hit the 10.
3 to hit the 10.
Does Eliza have any?
I do have some adversity tokens.
If you can put 1 in, I will put 2 in.
Yes, I can put 1 in.
I'm going to cautiously come over and say, you forgot the sand? I'm just going to like take a little sand out of my bag and like it's just a tiny bit.
Okay. Thank you. I guess I thought there might already be a little bit of it on the shelf, but no, need more. Thank you, Calvin.
I turn around and like look at the other two, like, okay, good. She did not yell at me.
So that makes it into a success. So what are you whispering?
I am trying out this communication spell since you did not answer my text. Come and meet us. And so like I whisper that into the show.
So you hear that in your head, Roberts.
Not
Do we hear
creepy
the
at
whisper? Is
all.
it loud enough for us, the rest of us in the room, to hear?
Yeah, you guys all heard it.
I'm laughing because he's probably on the phone with his mom and he hears this voice in his
Oh
head.
yeah, definitely.
We are.
It's
gonna
funny
go see the
because you're
kid.
on the phone with your mom, who you haven't talked to in a while,
Years.
years, right? And then you just hear in your head Eliza guilting you. You haven't responded to my text. Right.
I say to the group, is that spell supposed to work 2 ways?
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't say
Eliza.
that there was a response part.
Well, what do you say? Like, you're on the phone with your mom, right? What's like the next line that you're saying to your mom?
Um,
Like, where are you at in your conversation with your mom?
I think I hear Alexa and I just go, "Oh, you insufferable little shit." Oh, not you, mother. I got a message from class. Did I tell you I'm going to Yale now for school? Uni. I'm.
That's all you hear right there. You hear, did I tell you I'm going to Yale? And then it like cuts out.
Do we hear that, or is that something that only Eliza hears?
You hear it out of the conch shell, yes.
Okay.
As it's like
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
there, it
I
comes
like
back
it.
out of the conch shell. And so it's like a Victrola, old Victrola, like almost like it comes out of the horn.
Oh, he's talking to his mother.
Oh my goodness. Does he normally insult me like that?
He is
He insults everybody.
insufferable himself.
He insults everybody.
That was very rude.
Where have you been?
He's
Yeah.
very rude.
I mean, I know he's rude, but I've been trying to give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt because it does seem to have this connection to this captain who.
I'm as you're doing that, like self monologuing, I'm gonna like grab the conch and be like, "Hey, where the fuck are you?"
You just hear the ocean.
I think it's broken. I just hand it back to Eliza.
Like you hold it up to your ear and you just hear the
Yeah.
ocean, like, you know, you put
Yeah.
a conch to your ear.
It's just a like a one-way type of thing. Like I wanted to try it with Roberts, and I thought since Riley is going to be staying here, I mean, we can communicate through text because Riley actually answers her text messages.
When I can, when I can. Yeah.
But if there's an issue with technology or whatever, at least I have the show.
Remind me to text her next time she's in a fight.
And your phone starts blowing up now, and it's just like blink, blink, blink. 'Cause it's literally like Roberts is like sending one word at a time just to be a complete. I'm on the phone.
I'm
Got your
on
message.
the phone. All caps.
Come to the captain's at your earliest convenience. Bring your book. You're insufferable. XOXO.
The XOXO does not soften your rude words, Roberts.
I think he would probably respond with like a GIF of like, I'm not good. I know like everyone in real life, I'm not good at like responding with GIFs. So I don't know like what a funny, like mildly insulting GIF would be.
Think of a movie scene that you would, you know.
Maybe if anybody in chat has a good one, they can leave it in chat for us.
Okay, but so Should we go soon?
I guess. If we have to.
I just sent Scott a possible gift.
Yes. That's exactly. Who is that? Should I know who that is?
Probably not.
I don't think we can share it.
Yeah.
He's a rap star.
The rapper giving the camera the middle finger.
Mm-hmm.
Two. Double guns.
All
Anyway.
right. So are we going to the captains? What's happening here?
If I look back at Lexa and I look at Tristan, and I'm gonna go because I know Calvin knows Alexa's in good hands with Riley. Now I have to make sure my other friend is also not putting himself in danger. So I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Okay.
You think of me as your friend?
I
Huh?
think he meant me.
Jelly. I mean, okay, so I know that the captain wants to see us, but I thought Lexa wanted to talk to the captain and she's not going to be able.
She's not
maybe
going to be
she's-
awake for.
Yeah. I know.
Calvin said it could be a while.
Maybe a day or two. Maybe 3 hours.
Maybe 3 hours.
Positive, a bed. What do they doctors? Not the. Oh,
Hope.
no.
Oh.
It will work.
Prognosis?
It's a bedtime manners.
Bedside manner.
Bedside manner.
Yes. Good bedside manners work with. And he just walks out the door.
Follow him.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going.
I'll be
I
here.
hope. Yeah, I hope things go okay. Just text me if there's any change.
Keep us apprised, Riley.
Alvin just like
I
pops
will.
his head
I
back
know.
in.
I know Eliza will answer her phone, and that's not a jab at you, Jelly.
Riley,
Yes, Calvin.
keep my book bag and what's inside safe.
If it's important to Lexa, I'll keep it safe. For sure.
Oh, you guys are really focused on that book. I mean, I know it's your family, but I don't really know too much about. I've never seen a book like that. I don't.
Oh, it's very fancy.
Guessing it's
And
not
the-
the type
the-
of book in a library.
And they'll never let
Yes.
anyone else see it. So don't even ask.
I'm not asking. I'm just.
Yeah.
Just making an
Well, you are.
observation.
It
You
is
are.
the least
No, I was just
interesting.
making an observation.
I was gonna say this
it wasn't a
conversation-
question.
Yeah, this
This
is happening.
conversation's happening as you're traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
Before
no,
we
that's
leave, Eliza will go into her bedroom and take out the book on the wellspring
Okay.
and slip it into her backpack.
And this isn't like a weird locked chest, like some magically locked chest or something that you had. I think we established, right?
Right. Yeah. I've already gotten it out and everything. So, yeah.
Okay. Right. So you head over as you're heading towards where the coordinates are. You're like, this is just, there's an island out here, and you think it's like maybe on the island because you don't see anything else out here. But suddenly, as you get a little bit closer to where the actual coordinates are, the ship appears like it is kind of hidden in some way there.
What's the name of the ship?
The Elm's Revenge.
That's what I thought.
Yes. Yes. So you would definitely recognize that after the conversation that you had previously with Lexa about the Elm. I think you were the only one that maybe talked with her with the ship's name in particular. So yeah, as you get close, you see the Elm's Revenge on the front of this. And Roberts, I'll say you're on deck and you see them approaching.
Does everyone use coordinates now to tell each other where to go?
It's a technological thing.
Since when did technology get better than magic?
What am I going to say? We're 5 minutes flying straight south off the tip of Dick's Island.
Yes.
That's not where you are, for the record. You're right next to it.
Actually, Calvin, these coordinates are just longitude and latitude that we've been using for centuries.
So as you fly closer, you get to a certain point and you actually can't, like, there's almost like this kind of like field or force field kind of, and you suddenly realize that like you kind of slow down and you can't get you can hear Roberts on the deck, but you can't get closer.
I knock.
Does it even make a sound when you? I don't know if there's a sound when you like.
So we're down
fists against the
in the water.
invisible barrier.
Well, you're flying on your brooms, I'm going to assume, because you're going to fly out there. And so like you hit this spot and it's just like thunk, like all of a sudden like you just come to an abrupt halt and you could just see like just on the other side of this, like Roberts is standing there greeting you, like waiting for you. And I'll say that, like, does nobody use, like, what is these like you have that conversation for a minute, like kind of yelling to each other as you're kind of like stuck there hanging in the air for a moment.
I'm going to pull my wand out and I'm going to try to cast a spell to like open a door, right? Like in my interpretation in my head is I need to open some type of force field. I need to open a way to go through. So it's like an unlocking spell in my head. That's how Calvin sees it.
Knock. Since we're referencing D&D spells.
I mean, I wasn't
Scott, did you see the message I sent you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just like standing there smiling.
Okay. Yeah, so let me see. This would be a brawn roll.
Okay.
And so for the spell, looks like you need a 7 on this. This is going to be a bronze 7.
Okay.
Well, that's a 3. Roll your magic die. There's a chance you could still make it.
All right.
There's also a 3, so it's a 6 total.
I'm going to use 1 adversity token to make it a 7.
Okay.
Before you use your adversity token, as I see you like take your wand out and start casting spells, I call out, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Do you use your adversity token?
No.
Okay. So you cast, you like yell your words of command. You've like opened doors before with this.
Yeah.
And you do it and you cast it and it hits and then it just comes flying back at you. It misses you, but you gotta like swerve on your broom like as you like cast right at it to open a door in front of you and like bounces off this field back at you.
Calvin, have you ever seen any nautical movies?
You sound like you're underwater.
Have you ever seen any movies with ships?
Is he talking about like non-magical movies, like things?
Yes.
No.
Permission to come aboard? Permission to come aboard?
Ah, Jelly. Permission granted.
Jelly, you can move through the force field.
I'm going to try to go through.
Nope. You bounce off. You're like, boom.
Permission to come aboard.
Permission granted. Oh, the whole bloody lot of you, come on board.
Oh,
So you go through, Eliza. Calvin, do you come through?
I slowly approach.
Bong.
Yeah.
It's like a spell, Calvin.
Open sesames.
sesames.
Oh, Jesus, Calvin, I'm not going to steal your girlfriend. Just ask the damn question.
Which question?
Ask for permission.
Ask for permission.
May I come on board?
We can just leave him there.
You could.
Calvin,
Yeah, totally.
Calvin, that's what you say. May I have permission to come on board?
May I come on board?
Aye, come on board.
You can now pass through.
You slowly pass through.
Calvin, you know I love you.
Yes.
I swear, lad, you choose the most difficult path.
Thank you. That was a compliment, correct?
Take it as you will.
Thank you, Jelly.
So,
Robert, are you upset with us? Because you've been quite rude.
We've been over this.
I've always been rude, Eliza. I just not trying to impress you anymore.
We all explained that this morning.
Now we have work to do. Oh, I have work to do, and the captain would like to speak with you all. So quarters are at the aft, and I'll be along shortly. What did you say?
Did he just call me an ass?
Aft, the back of the ship. That way.
Calvin just starts walking that way.
I've already gone.
And, you know, I think Robert's like anticipating that they'll agree has to come has probably been like preparing God, I mean, this would probably be the way he's thinking. If it's any type of thing that like the captain would have planned, he's probably spent the morning like preparing some kind of mundane weapons, like I don't know, some like they probably have like swords or something on board, cutlasses or whatever, and like some kind of.
So wait, are you saying that you're going to give Calvin a sword?
Yeah. he would rather not them die, and I think Robert's assumption is that magic won't be enough. I think Roberts might have also tried like prepping. No, he wouldn't really prep some kind of enchantment. No, that's it. He'd just like sharpen some swords for them or something.
Okay.
Do you give us a sword?
What's that?
Do you give us a sword?
Do you do that now, or?
I think he would have already done that, and he went to like go get them once they all landed.
Okay.
Pointed them towards the captain's quarters, and then he went like below decks to gather the weapons that he had prepared for them.
Okay.
And knock on the captain's door.
Hello?
Come in.
Stride in.
And you walk in and you see you see the captain at his desk. He's poring over different pages. You again see this teardrop memory that he seems to be keeping on his desk here. And you see what looks like a mostly finished circle. What I can only describe, if anybody's seen Full Metal Alchemist as like a transmutation circle, basically, right? But it's not a transmute, but it's, and I'll say, Jelly, you recognize this as some sort of protection spell right away. You're not sure what it does exactly. You haven't seen this before, but you know, with some of your different studies, and you know, with astral projection and things like that, from Scroll and Key, that they work on protections also to keep them safe when they travel. So you recognize something like that. And he's yes, I've been expecting you.
Does the teardrop thing look at all like the dragon's blood tear?
Not really. I mean, it's a different. Do we establish it's blue? I believe, like kind of like a cobalt blue.
I'm gonna go right over
it's-
to it.
It's very smooth and glassy almost. Versus
We don't know what it is. We didn't
No.
see it.
Oh, I thought we seen
No.
it now.
No,
If I see it now-
but
you can see it,
but we don't know what it is though. We didn't notice it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over to it. Is it glowing or is it just like I for some reason in my head I imagined all these magical artifacts that have imbued magic were glowing for some reason, but I don't know if that's actually what you imagined.
well, the stuff that's glowing has been imbued with, like, has absorbed some sort of magic.
But this is not that.
This is not that. No.
Okay.
I mean, it does seem very much out of place on the desk here, and you can kind of see. You just did this memory spell. You can kind of see a similar kind of memory thing. What are you doing? Do you just like walk up to it?
I'm gonna walk up to it and try to pick it up if like it that is a thing.
As you walk over and you've like about to get your hand on it, the captain just kind of like turns his hand like this. You see this very ornate ring on his hand, and he just goes, "Don't," and you just go, and you're stuck there and not able to pick it up.
Thank you.
It just seems like it is a little extreme.
Calvin, you should really ask permission before you touch other people's things.
Permission to come aboard.
He kind of turns his hand again, and you see this glow from this red and gold necklace he's wearing. You're gonna make me waste this magic.
Calvin.
Go back with your friends. And you feel compelled to suddenly move back away from the desk and back next to where you, like, it is not your control, but you do it.
Yeah. Well,
I forget what he said to us to start.
Oh, I've been expecting you. You must be Calvin.
No, that is Tristan. I am Calvin.
Yeah, I was talking to you.
He just proved his point.
I mean, I thought, no, I was hoping Jelly would be here.
I do a polite laugh and another joke thing with him.
That is Jelly.
Oh.
I'm Eliza.
Eliza, yes. Oh, no. Oh, I know nobody else. I know Lexa is
Unconscious.
she okay?
I'm not sure.
I'm very confident of it.
We're hoping that she wakes up soon.
And remembers.
Well, if that thing stole any memories, there might
I
be
have
holes.
impeccable memory magic.
Your best bet is to find the leech that stole it and beat the memories out of it, but you may not get the ones you're looking for.
Like a rug?
Like a rug.
I'm
remember to-
wondering what sent it after us.
Remember to use magic as your physical weapons and attacks probably won't do much against it.
Right.
Sorry. Happy to explain more about the leeches that I've learned anyway. But I did call you here because I plan on moving pretty quickly, and well, I do confess I had Roberts keeping an eye on y'all.
We know that.
Yes, we knew that.
Jelly,
reason.
Glad you made it out of that room. Knew you'd figured it out.
I passed your test.
But these the powers that be here, they hold too much power. They wield it recklessly, or for their own gain, should I say. Magic holds a lot of power. It can do a lot of good. Or it can help people amass control and wealth.
I found out magic is very good in brownies.
Oh yeah, that's weed, but okay.
What are your intentions?
You have a lot to learn still, Calvin, don't you?
Yes.
Maybe.
My intentions? Tear it down?
The tower, so to speak.
You want to tear something down?
I see I must be really literal with you, Calvin. The
Yes.
power structure here at play has taken magic and claimed it as their own.
Pardon me, not literal enough yet.
They don't give a shit about you, Calvin.
They being the faculty and staff of Yale.
They
Wait,
didn't give a
what? The professors?
I think this is the point where like Roberts walks into the room carrying like a bundle wrapped in cloth.
Not the professors.
I come over to Eliza, like rubbing Eliza's back. It's okay, my
Perhaps
love.
not all of them. There may be good among the lot. It's hard to tell sometimes. I'm not really amongst them. Not anymore.
You were a teacher?
Student.
Student of
Like
Yale?
us? Like us, Calvin.
Yes, a student of Yale. Went to Skull
It's
and
never
Bones
too-
myself.
It's never too late to go back. That's what they all say.
Oh, it's much too late for me. Well, I guess you could say I am going back, actually.
I'll have given Roberts a nod when he walked in the room.
Anyway, Robert
Eliza's getting teary-eyed as she leans into Calvin, thinking about
You see what you did?
teachers letting her down.
Roberts has agreed to potentially put his life on the line. I have pledged to do everything I can do to protect him. But power doesn't much like a vacuum. And if I'm successful, there will be a vacuum.
Who is the vacuum?
A hole, a lack of leadership. Do you intend to fill it?
I have no desire to lead. I don't crave power myself.
You're holding a lot of it now.
Tools of the trade are necessary sometimes. You don't always know who your friends are.
Is the Falcon in the room, by the way?
Sure, it's sitting on the desk.
Yeah. I let him know I see the Falcon.
Yeah.
So I like that. You are the only party here who hasn't threatened us. I turn slightly towards Eliza when I say that. Professor, not Zell, Professor, not Belafonte, Was
Feist.
Dustin was
Feist.
Professor Feist, Lexa's father. But how do we know you're not some megalomaniac who's going to go drunk with power?
You don't. Hopefully, my actions speak for themselves. I leave that to you to decide.
What actions have you done?
Ones he's going to do.
Subtlety, Calvin. You really should learn.
Calvin, he's going to attack Yale
What? Why are you going to do that?
because they're
When are
corrupt.
you going to go to school?
There'll still be a school.
There will still be a school. There will still be people to learn. And there'll still be people to teach.
Not Yale, Jelly. Just the houses.
Just the magic part of it and some of the magic part of it.
Not even the magic part of it.
I mean,
There just won't be skull and bones. There won't be wolf's head. There won't be.
oh,
Who's head?
It'll just be school and students and.
You're getting rid of the secret societies?
I feel at this moment Calvin's getting a little stressed out, and some hair is starting to grow.
Not getting rid of the societies. Again, what people choose to do is up to, well, I leave that to y'all to perhaps think about. Like I said, I just plan on tearing some of it down, removing those that have amassed the power for their own, let's say, and lost sight of the people they hurt along the way. Much like myself once. You know, Jelly, I once spoke out against them. They took my magic for it.
How
I
do you
said
do
we
it
could
now?
do more. We could do more with the magic. We could help so many. We could bring it to. We could bring water to those who don't have it. They laughed at me. They found out I was serious. That's when they took drastic actions. Or at least what I can amass of the memories anyway. It's still a bit fuzzy.
so
Sorry.
why are we
They
here?
took your memories.
They did.
I remember the first day of school, they talked about the consequences and that if anyone were to see us doing magic, one of the consequences is that we would forget our memories.
Ears pop up now.
He takes the teardrop now and he tosses it to you, Calvin. So you can like look into it and you can see this memory of his with Professor Belafonte and Professor
Feist.
nope, Professor Zell. Sorry, I'm consulting my notes here.
The one I punched,
Yes.
Professor Zell.
I feel vindicated. I still haven't looked at that memory that closely.
You also see Dean Gilnack.
Are
in the
these
background.
real professors and deans that go there?
Well, oh, that I don't know. These are just made up names.
Okay.
What are they doing in this memory?
And you also see Professor Odessa, who you know as the head of Wolf's Head.
Okay.
You mostly see Professor Belafonte, who's the head of Skull and Bones. And they are wearing these kind of protection symbols like around their neck. And you just see them, you see Professor Belafonte in the front, and you see the other ones kind of behind him, just observing. And he's being attacked by a leech, and he's just screaming for help. But, you know, he tries to use magic. He's nothing. He can't use magic. and eventually it just goes black.
Calvin doesn't really have much to say. He looks really freaked out.
Eliza would have leaned over to see as well. Is it possible she would have seen it? Or no?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
I just like hand.
I mean, it's small, but like if you kind of look into it, you can see it.
I'm gonna hand it to Jelly because it freaks me out. Like, and like it's obvious. I'm like, this is for you. I no longer want this.
Take it. So for my friend Calvin, clearly, what did you bring us here to ask?
I guess to help with whatever comes next. I imagine that there are many professors who will not be sure what to do. People will need guidance.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
If they took it away from you, your magic, how did you get it back?
Many years and some luck.
Could you not absorb it from the stone?
I just found that jelly. That came off the leech that attacked me. The one sent by Professor Zell.
This might have Lexa's memories in it.
Not that one. That's one of mine that I didn't know I had lost. And
Professor Zell sent the leech?
After me, yes. Didn't you notice it came?
Oh, well, I mean, you did punch him, so. But that's still no excuse.
And he deserved it.
Uh,
Note at the time, but that's not important.
I'm not going to say no, you are not right, because I think you are.
if there aren't any more secret societies, who's going to teach us magic?
No, Captain clarified that Roberts wasn't right. He's not getting rid of the society. He's getting rid of corrupt leadership within the societies.
But if it's the teachers, who's going to teach?
New teachers.
if the police are corrupt, who's going to police you?
They are corrupt.
Who do you want in charge?
That's true. Some police are corrupt.
The police are corrupt too.
I mean, some police.
Sorry, sorry for the distraction. Back on track.
Listen, in my years since, I've forgotten about magic and most of Yale. Some memories have come back on their own very slowly. My memories of magic only came back when we fought some leeches, which I was not familiar at the time, and was fortunate enough that one of their memories dropped when we attacked. And it happened to be one of mine. So it must have been one that had attacked me. I was able to regain that memory and that memory of using magic. My magic is not as strong as it once was.
So are you asking me and us to fight the teachers?
Nope.
Oh, good. I do not
Preparing
want
us
to
for the
lose
aftermath.
Correct. The tower will fall. One way or another, I'll make sure of that.
And the wellspring?
And what is built in its place, that's up to whatever happens when I leave. I have no interest in that. I took some of the magic, yes, because the faculty here is, I guess you could say, not smart enough. Well, they're very smart, but they lack the creativeness. They're stuck in their ways. I've learned much in my travels, and, well, I didn't want this, and he shows the ring, to suck what little bit of magic I have out of me again. So I took some to use and to redistribute. And he kind of like pats on the falcon.
What's with
Water.
the bird?
Water to those who need it. Food and shelter to those that are less fortunate, those that have been taken from, with no respect for what the damage would cause or do. Those that are in control stay in control because they've amassed their power. They have no incentive to redistribute. I'm just gonna give them a little bit of their own, I guess you could say.
Both you and the professors seem to be putting a lot of faith or expectations on me. Why? Why is your focus slightly more focused on me?
Your magic's very strong, Jelly. You've been places nobody expected. Your father, some of his magic is in you, I believe.
You know, I'm just here to find him.
You will, I believe, if you care that much. I can't say much as I don't know. But
my magic is strong, then what explicitly is your interest?
Curious to see how people are going to use it, I guess you could say. What people's intentions are. Do they want to help? Or do they want to take?
I need to talk to Feist.
If you wish to seek your father, perhaps try those places that hold those strongest memories. His spirit is within those, and perhaps bring somebody who can talk to those on other planes. Or talk to spirits.
Hopefully, he's not a spirit.
We're all spirits, Jelly.
A dead one.
There is no death. Just transference, if you will.
Jelly's kind of losing his composure. There's a difference.
That leech that attacked you is certainly dead, or not. I mean, you can't kill something that's dead.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Stop making my friends cry.
He's not making me cry.
Stop making my friends cry. I just repeat it.
You're very loyal, Calvin. I respect that.
So are we supposed to sit back and wait for you to tear down the tower?
Metaphorically speaking, yes. Not literally. Things go as planned. There'll be no destruction. Just some professors who don't remember how to use magic anymore.
Maybe a little destruction, sir.
Robert's not necessary.
And Jelly will be able to talk to their father again?
That's separate from any of this.
For that, you should speak with someone who knows divination better than I do.
Riley.
Riley knows divination?
Perhaps somebody in Skull and Bones. That seems to be their specialty.
If Lexa
I just wanted to let you know what was going to happen. I leave the rest up to you all.
Like I said, you're the one person who hasn't threatened or lied to us.
Okay, Sarah, Sarah. Now, please, I'm sorry. I do have much work to do. Tomorrow evening, the council gathers. Roberts has agreed to be bait, if you will. Safe from protection. You're protected on as long as you're on the ship, but once he leaves here, I fear that Leech will be looking for him again. Pick up his scent. So I'm working on something to protect him from that, much like these professors have used. And perhaps the two of us can strike with the element of surprise. However, if what you say is true about Lexa's father, Mr. Truegood, then they may already know that I'm coming. Roberts has some armaments for you should magic, you end up in a place where magic doesn't work. Try to not be conspicuous with them. And he looks directly at you, Roberts.
You mean like
I'm wearing like the rapier at my side and the pistol at the other side, and then I kind of like unwrap this cloth, and it's a handful of old weapons, much like I have. And Roberts kind of like looks at each of you, and he hands Jalanthar and Riley each.
Riley's not here.
Riley's not here.
Riley's not here?
No, I'm
Riley's
with
watching
Lexa.
Riley
Lexa
came.
still.
She
No.
stayed with Lexa.
Absolutely
Oh.
not leaving Lexa.
Robert's hands, Jalanthar and Eliza each a pair of long swords. For you and for Lexa and Riley, should you need it. And then he kind of like looks at he looks at Calvin and says, this I've experimented a little, and you know, when you turn, the weapon won't come with you. But just in case, you know, you need to open boxes or something, and he hands you like a small dagger.
I just start touching the tip.
And it's like wicked sharp.
Yeah.
To borrow the Boston parlance.
As we turn to leave, I will say, Lexa's father is probably aware of you.
Oh, he is definitely aware.
You know,
Just at the mention of the word captain, he winced.
he does care for his child, and in his own way. He
doesn't know how to show it.
He does not really care for her as an individual.
Oh, I wish Riley was there in this moment.
think he
I
cares for
imagine
his
he
progeny.
cares. I imagine he cares about his family name more than he cares about her, but
He was one of the ones who had me murdered.
Meanwhile,
because you didn't do what they said, right?
Exactly.
As I
Yeah.
said,
What they want you to do.
Mary Lashes and some other things, but that was the big one.
Oh,
Right. And he looks at Calvin. Have you seen Lashes? She might be helpful in all of this. She's mastered the art of transformation more than you have, I believe, from what I've heard. Really been hitting those studies closely.
Don't have my phone.
So, if you will, yes, if you are concerned about Mr. Truegood, you're welcome to stay on the ship. I imagine he won't be able to find us here, although he is one I wouldn't underestimate. Perhaps Lexa will be our front, and maybe the rest of you, and dealing with the Salem front at some point.
Thank you for your time.
Yes.
And he kind of looks back down and he goes back to his...
I hold out my hand with the gem and towards him and like...
He takes it from you. Sorry about the theatrics, Calvin. When you come aboard a person's ship, you ask permission. You don't just take.
Like a vampire?
Like courtesy.
Roberts.
He curtsies.
Curtis.
Calvin curtsies.
I don't curtsy.
No, I said Calvin curtsies.
Oh,
And then like waves and like starts to walk out the door.
Calvin, before you go, sir,
Yes.
you may not see me again if this goes badly.
What do you mean? Like invisibility.
I may die. And he
Don't
just
have a
like
drink.
puts his hand out to shake to shake. Good luck.
I think Calvin shakes his hand and is a little confused. And he says, good luck on the not dying. Not dying is bad.
If you want to drink before possibly
Dying is bad.
come by.
I can't leave the ship until
Right.
I would put you at danger if I did that. Good luck finding your father, Jelly.
Thank you.
If I survive, maybe I'll give you a hand.
I'll count on it. Walk out.
Right. Let's cut back over to Riley and Lexa.
Okay.
As you sit there watching over, maybe like kind of on the borderline of dozing off, but convincing yourself that you've got enough sleep and that you just need to stay awake. You don't know what's going to happen with the potion. You notice that Lexa's kind of tossing in her sleep a little bit. Like her head's kind of moving back and forth and she's kind of murmuring, becoming a bit restless. And she suddenly sits up and wakes. And we're going to stop there for tonight.
Nice.
All right. We'll have to wait for Lexa to come back and play from there. So,
do we need any processing for the three of us who are at the ship, or are everyone ready to wait till next week?
I'm okay with waiting. I don't know if everyone else is.
Well, okay. So, I mean, sure. Is there anything like, did you want to chat afterwards or something, or let's maybe do it in between. Like if you want to plan or talk about anything, like maybe discuss it.
Yeah. I just wondered if anyone had like a one sentence kind of reaction to it or anything like
okay.
I don't think this is one of the rare times I think Calvin's going to be quiet.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot just happened and he's not sure if he understands it all. But he's going to go do whatever probably Jalanthar, Jelly, Tristan does and make sure that he protects his friends and family.
Eliza, how are you feeling after that, being told that the professors are not good people and seeing it as well?
She's shocked and horrified and numb. Yeah, she's not saying anything either. She's almost like walking in the daze. It's a lot for her.
Take care of her, Calvin.
I will.
And she doesn't have a reaction to hearing Roberts talk about himself dying and shaking Calvin's hand. She doesn't say anything to it. Like there's like no reaction.
Anything for Jelly? The Jalanthar?
Just a lot to ponder. Decide what action to take, if any, during the tumbling of the tower. We weren't asked explicitly to do anything, so
Yeah.
Didn't ask anything of you?
no.
Calvin has a sharp object now.
Yeah.
That will surely go well.
Thanks, Roberts.
That was never a good idea.
I mean, at least it's a small, sharp object.
Sometimes
Blood
daggers are sharper than
sacrifices.
swords.
They're more dangerous up close when you're
Okay.
All right then.
All right.
Oofta.
As we hurtle towards our last episode, so
Of
Right.
this semester.
of this semester, yes, of our first
semester.
year.
Thinking maybe a summer break one shot, before the next year.
Okay.
Can we handle a one shot? I don't know.
Can we handle a one shot? That's the real question.
Yes, I know.
We did it once.
We
I think.
spend the
We've
whole
done it.
time in one location.
Okay, so I was looking at some new questions, but I believe actually the couple of the questions we had from before are good.
Are we doing the
Name game?
adversity tokens and the
Yeah, we have to do
Oh,
that.
yes.
We have to do that too.
Yes, thank you. So I finally got some people to spend some adversity tokens, so let's give everybody some more.
Spent a lot.
What's that?
I spent a lot.
Yeah.
I was willing to throw down a lot. You did a good roll.
Yeah. I was hoping to burn some more adversity tokens, if I'm honest, but that's all right.
I am just absolutely enjoying Eliza's awakening, realization, despair over the fact that her idols could actually potentially be corrupt.
And this is not the first time this has happened.
Yeah.
This is the second time. this has happened.
Maybe she's gonna learn this time.
Rebel without a cause. That's what's happening. You're about to see
You know,
it.
learn some discernment in life.
Honestly,
Anarchy.
I'm not sure she's gonna keep being a teacher's pet after this.
Yeah. Or at least not to everybody.
I think there's going to be some character change here.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's actually I'm looking at other characters because I'm
You
like, I don't know that she's gonna be the same
You
again.
get a token.
Big university token.
I agree.
Thank you.
I think Riley should get one. All these moments with the connection with Lexa.
I think
Like that.
Calvin should get one for his potion work. Like
Yeah.
that roll was great, but also the thought going into the plan and the interactions we had before implementing the plan.
And for being a clueless doofus with the whole captain scene.
And I'm going to say for not fucking up.
For
Yeah.
not fucking up.
That was a great roll. That was a really good roll.
And that was it's a scary roll for me because that my die in that stat is a 10 and I'm rolling for a 15. So my highest possibility without an explosion is a 14.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I'm
no, I was
terrified.
just
13, 9 and 4, right? Because if you get a 10, it explodes.
Yes, you're correct.
yeah, I was going off of like this is a permanent
9 and
effect you're
12.
trying to do,
Yeah,
right?
12.
Like you're trying to keep her memories intact. So like that's like a +6 right there to begin with on magic. I'm assuming you've never seen anyone cast this spell or read about it, that you were just like, I have this an idea. So that's like another +5 right there. So you started at like an 11 for the
Yeah.
effect of that. That's why it was very high.
I was
Yeah.
thinking that gemstone that the captain had might have Lexa's memories in it, but turns out it only has one memory.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like basically the effect here is that like you can knock memories out of these things just as they can suck memories out. You can knock a memory out of it if you like kind of connect with it. But it's just like one, just as it takes one memory at a time, like it loses one memory at a time.
And I'm looking through my notes here to see what my class schedule is like because I always forget.
Yes.
Robert's with your shirt off, visiting the captain for an important meeting.
Definitely staying in character.
I'm gonna say I definitely used magical defense and healing.
Oh yeah, for sure. With the potion,
Yeah,
I think so.
Have we finished giving adversity tokens?
I
Yes,
thought
let's-
that was a part of that. I'm sorry.
We'll do that. We'll do the class schedule afterwards. Yeah, I just want to make sure we
Okay.
reward everyone's play for playing into their faults or strengths or character. I'm going to give one to Jelly since nobody has yet. For just like so far you're with the captain, right? So far you're the only one who hasn't threatened or asked anything of us. You know, like you're kind of, I also like the way you like kind of managed Calvin. You're like, Calvin, no. like this, you know. So yeah, I enjoyed that.
I would like to give one to Roberts. As much as Roberts is an asshole, he seems to be doing things for a good reason. Even though he doesn't call his mother.
He did call
So-
his
He did
mother.
call
So-
his mother this.
I know that,
This
but I think
episode.
this is also why he should also get a token for sure. It's because he called his mother.
Called his mother.
Mhm.
Well, I think that it was big of him to acknowledge that he could die and he might as well try to smooth the air, you know, shake Calvin's hand.
I've really enjoyed seeing some of the growth of the characters as we've been playing so far too. I think for at least a few people, these are not the same characters that we started with. We'll have to save that for the debrief, I guess. But yeah, it's been fun to see as your GM so far. All right. I think we got a adversity token for everyone there. Do we want to take a look at our class schedules to see if you used any of your, did anything for any of your classes, to take any marks in your classes?
Yeah.
Tim, you said for Calvin you had something?
Yeah, magical defense and healing for sure. At least I think so.
For your potion, 100%. That seems legit. So
that would
take a
give
mark on that.
me 4 marks in that.
Does that bring you to the next like tick box there?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
That was 5 or 6.
I don't know. I'm asking.
Is it like one of the bolded boxes? I forget. I'm not looking at.
I don't think I was here when we started doing this, so I just realized I was supposed to be keeping track of this. So
The sixth box is bolded again.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's 2 and then it's 6.
okay, and then it's
4 more after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's
for a
good to
total
know.
of 6.
So I'm gonna write that down.
So I think I should get one for charm magic for my conch shell spell. It was a charm.
And you're taking charms class, like a charms class? Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Take a mark in charms. Anyone else? Any arguments for
I did no magic.
did no magic?
Yeah.
I did
I
nothing
didn't
related to my
do anything.
classes either.
You don't, Riley, do you have defense and
I have
healing?
defense and healing.
You looked after someone to make sure that they
Oh.
were all right and
All right.
took care of them. Sometimes it's not always magic.
That's true. That's true. I gave her that potion.
You did.
Imbued it.
Yes.
With the power of love.
Ba- ba-na, ba-na-na.
Now I'm hearing the song from the Sailor Moon movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was thinking of Scott Pilgrim saves the world.
Mhm.
And I had Huey Lewis in the
I
news.
heard Huey Lewis.
Yeah.
Love that we all went different places with that.
It's the power of love.
Brr, 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 brr.
Menachem, do you have anything for Jelly?
I don't think I did anything related to my classes.
Okay. Scott, anything for Roberts there?
No,
I
he
I don't
didn't.
think.
I honestly I don't think Roberts, like in terms of like,
He's not that
Maybe-
invested in
maybe-
school, huh?
yeah, maybe next
kind of-
year if he
yeah.
lives, maybe next year he'll get to like grow more magically. But I noticed like he doesn't do much with magic yet.
He's not really into the study of it too much, and it seems fitting for the character, so that works. All right, so Menachem, I will turn it over to you for the rest.
So we were in, it's kind of a 2-part, 1 question. We were in some tense situations, and learning a lot of information, maybe having some of our perceptions altered, our life views altered tonight. So did anything about this surprise or amuse you particularly? But really the heart of the question is, how might you, player, have responded, reacted differently than your character?
Do we want to start with the same order we used last time?
Makes it easy.
Makes it easy. So Scott, that's you first.
I just realized I had mute, and I think my hand was over my face for part of that. I have so many ways to mute. So it's interesting, right? Because like I can't imagine not speaking to my mother for like 4 years. That said, like the repair that like he's kind of like being coerced into doing with his mom, the attempt at like uh trying to like smooth things over with Calvin, his respect for Jelly that he's finally like allowing himself to express. Like, I wouldn't need to wait until I might like be about to die to make those changes. You know, like I do that stuff proactively because it's part of like the healing process, trying to get better. So I just can't imagine like leaving that to the end, as it were. That's just not my approach. So that's how I mean, I would have done that stuff earlier in my life, I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, Laura.
Once again, nothing surprised me that Riley did. Amusement, though, I am very amused by this like budding relationship, right? Kayla and I have talked about like playing through these things that like say I didn't necessarily get at that age. And so I don't know how I would have responded in this situation, but I do know I might have given Calvin a little more like slack and just been like, just help her. Just do it from the beginning. But I think that I'm happy with the moments that I got there today.
I don't think I would have done much different than like what Calvin did. And it's mostly like in the sense of like I'm protecting my friends and my family, and that's what's important to me. So for me, I don't think I would have done anything very differently. I wouldn't have been as quirky and making jokes about it all along the way, but yeah, I don't think I would have done much different within the physical actions of what I did.
Well, that comes to me. I never know how to answer this question exactly as the GM. So remind me the question again, Menachem.
Did anything the characters you portrayed surprise you, and how would Dustin have reacted differently than the characters?
Oh, I don't know. I have a very much, I feel like there's a little bit of the captain in me where I just want to burn down all our systems and rebuild them.
I think if you say that, you have to like stand with one leg up. So you have some captain in you.
Yeah, I have a little captain in me, right? Yeah.
Take a shot.
But I'm not one to do it so directly, I guess. I don't know. So, yeah, I guess that's all I got on that. Tennille.
I don't think I'm surprised Tennille's not surprised by how Eliza responded to learning that once again it was the teachers is the faculty that were behind something nefarious. I think that I definitely was a little bit of a teacher's pet in high school. But by spending more time with my teachers, I learned that they were human beings who had lives, who, drink alcohol, who, got married or divorced or had children or whatever. They weren't just always waiting at school just to be teachers. So I mean, I think it was, so I think, me regarding what the professors have done, I don't think I would have been nearly as shocked or overwhelmed or crestfallen as Eliza would have been. I would have, in this situation, I believe I would have said, oh, so you guys are taking these people down? When are you going to do it? Where are you going to do it? Because I'm going to be out of there, so I'm nowhere near whatever's going down, and I don't need to know anything more about it. I just don't want to get myself injured or be considered a part of it. But definitely not going to stand in your way. And I think I would have taken it more in stride, for sure. Menachem.
The part about wanting to be on point, stick to task, and get annoyed even at my friends who keep, pulling us away from the main thing is that's me. And I think leaving Lexa's room would have been a harder decision for me. I mean, part of it's, for the story we left, but, on the other hand, I've also been involved in people's end of life choices and been able to be objective and say, like when my father was dying, it was like, we're leaving the hospital now after a while, and was able to make that decision and have the rational coolness that I needed to have to help the family make decisions. Right. So I might have been a little late because in the bigger scheme of things, we had to go talk to the captain. But it would have been harder, I think, as me to leave my friend we don't even know if they're going to recover.
Well, and Jelly was the one bringing food.
Yeah.
Making sure Riley takes care of herself.
That's actually kind of interesting because wasn't it
Lexa
Liza
has to bring Jelly food.
Because Jelly would get so
Yeah.
wrapped up in their research and not eat for maybe a couple of days.
But I didn't know that Lexa was in good hands. I was, that part and that's a decision you have to make sometimes when you're in these emotional places. You have to get objective.
Right. Yeah, that's a really good point. And that's why I think Eliza had to say something to Riley, like before she left, like knowing that Lexa was going to be in good hands. I wasn't going to be left alone.
Wonderful. Thanks, everybody. We'll do the name. I keep wanting to say the name game, but the name ritual.
I say it to myself every time. It's okay.
Yeah, I do too.
Eliza, Bobizer. Oh, wait, that's the wrong thing. Okay.
A different name game. Banana faux Pfizer?
Pfizer.
Oh, Pfizer. All right, go ahead, Scott.
Scott?
Good evening, everyone. I've been Roberts.
Bye, Roberts.
Roberts.
Good night, Roberts.
Roberts, you're not that bad.
Nah, you might die.
Here. Cheers.
Such cruel indifference to the character.
I'll draw. I'll pour a little shot for you.
I'll
maybe.
change that drink before to the drink after that I'm expecting.
Well, Eliza is really pissed that he didn't text her back. That's a low bar. I've been Scott. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night,
Scott.
Good night, Scott.
I've been Riley tonight.
Thank you, Riley.
Thanks, Riley.
Thanks, bestie.
Good night,
Riley,
Riley.
you did a good job.
And I'm Laura.
Good night.
Bye,
Riley.
Laura.
Laura.
Thank you for doing all the things you do. I am Tim. Or no, I'm Calvin.
Good night.
Good night,
Calvin.
confused
Good night,
Calvin.
Calvin.
Good night,
Get a clue.
confused Calvin.
And Tim is tired.
Good
Good
night,
night,
Tim.
tired
Good
Tim.
night, tired Tim.
For Tim and I, it's gotten quite late, so I could have done the same thing. I have been your game master tonight.
Good night,
Thank
Game
you for
Game
giving
Master.
me
Thanks,
a
Game Master.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
the
not
pity.
killing us.
Yeah.
And I am Dustin. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Dustin.
Good night,
Dustin.
Dustin.
Good night, Dustin.
Thank you for everything you do.
I've been Eliza Goldenflower.
Good night, Eliza.
Night,
Good night,
Eliza.
Good night, Eliza.
Love.
And I'm Tennille. Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Good night,
Tennille.
Tennille.
I have been the Jalanthar Jelly.
Night, Jelly.
Good
Jelly.
Night, Jelly.
Good night, Jalantar.
And I am Menachem.
Good night, Menachem.
Good night,
Good night.
Menachem.
Sweet
Menachem.
dreams, Menachem.
Thank you. And good night, everybody.
Yes. Good night. Thank you so much
Good
for
night.
joining us.
Thanks for watching.
Tune in next week for our finale of Kids on Brooms, the Yalecapades.
And I hope to see some of you Thursday night at 9:30 Eastern.
I will be
Yes.
there.
Tabletop Transformations.
Right after I'm done with work, Menachem.
Good night.
What time is that again?
9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central,
And where can they find
6:30
it?
for 6:30 for Lara,
Mm-hmm.
and that means 7:30 for the mountain people.
If you
And-
actually exist.
We
And where
don't
can-
have any
We don't
mountain
have
people.
any here, but I'm sure there are some out there that exist.
That is true.
All
Where
right.
can all the people find it?
Right here at CAST_gamers on Twitch.
And YouTube.
Yeah.
Wherever you're
YouTube.
watching the
Will it
thing.
be live on YouTube or will it be later?
It would probably be, it's going to be uploaded later on YouTube.
Yeah, we will upload the video onto YouTube and you can check it out at your leisure on there as well.
All right.
All
Good night,
right. It's
everyone.
very exciting. Good night, everybody.